Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. I am Courtney. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to every single person out there. Howdy. How are you guys doing? Oh, again, Henry is chiming in. I guess this is new thing now is to chime in and let everybody know he's here. He's a Chihuahua. Get used to it. He's here. He's little. Get used to it. Anyway, hi, good morning. Thank you so much for choosing to tune in and listen to my little old podcast. I know that you have many options, and so the fact that you chose to tune into mine means the world to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope I don't disappoint. I have been wanting people to let me know how they feel about my podcast by emailing me at ramblingsofaниnsomniac49@gmail. Ramblingsofaниnsomniac49, that's 49, at Gmail. You can let me know things you like, things I could improve upon. We all know that the editing and the quality I can improve upon, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. That's the whole point of my podcast. But if there are topics that you wanted to comment on, a podcast you wanted to comment on, anything like that, let me know. I would love to hear from you. Again, thank you from every single person. I have been having people from South Korea, from Vietnam, from Russia, from Israel. I mean, that is amazing to me. I am so enamored when people from other countries have heard of my podcast. When it reaches other countries, I'm like, holy crap, that's crazy. Like, it blows my mind when I see someone from Vietnam, from South Korea, from Ghana, from all of these different countries. It's amazing to me. And I also find it equally amazing when people from France and Canada and the UK listen to my podcast, because I pick on them a lot. I really do. Again, I'm not picking on the people. I'm picking on the way that their country is ran, just the same way that people absolutely annihilate America all the time for no effing reason, but that's okay. What's fair is fair, right? If I can pick on another country, then other people can pick on us, because I certainly do not feel that America is perfect. I don't think there's a single human or country that's perfect. There's not a single country out there that runs things perfectly. Maybe they run things perfectly for them, I guess. But it always blows my mind when people are like, America, why can't you do things like Sweden? Well, because we're not Sweden, we're America, and we are 40 gajillion times bigger. We are so much larger than Sweden. So Sweden has it going on. They seem to have things going on because they are a very small country and they can do things differently. Unfortunately, America just can't. But every country has to do things differently, what's best for their country. And we're not all going to agree on that, because what works for Singapore, what works for Ireland, what works for England is going to be entirely different than what works for America. And what I really, really wish that smaller countries would wrap their head around is America, Russia, China, we are gigantic countries. We absolutely are humongous countries. So the things that we do in America are not necessarily going to work for your country, just like the things that you do in your country aren't going to work for America. But what kills me is I watch these reaction videos. I love watching reaction videos. I love it when people have a preconceived notion, they have a stereotype of anybody. I have stereotypes. We all have stereotypes. And if you're honest with yourself, you know you have a stereotype. You know you have prejudice. I love it when people act like, I am not a prejudiced person. Yes, you are. We all have some degree. We all have a teeny bit of prejudice. There's always going to be a certain type of person that maybe we have a preconceived notion about, whether it's blondes. Maybe you think blondes are stupid or slutty. Maybe you think that Asians are incredibly intelligent and there's no such thing as a dumb Asian. You know, that's a good stereotype. Maybe you think all black people can dance and jump high. That's a stereotype that may or may not be true. Mosby, get over here. Come on. And some are good and some are bad. I mean, God, I would love to have the stereotype that I have a gigantic penis. Oh, boo-hoo, do you have a stereotype that you can rap really well, dance really well, great at sports, and have a gigantic pee-pee? Boo-hoo. It cracks me up when people are like, the stereotypes. Okay, then there's also stereotypes. But I am blonde, and I can't tell you how many blonde jokes I've heard. And people tell them to me like it's nothing. They're like, haha, you're stupid. Ha, you're dumb, and here's a joke about how dumb you are. Ha, you're a slut. You're slutty. Here's a joke about how slutty you are. And I'm like, well, I'm not dumb or a slut, but okay, thanks. But I deal with it because, you know, people are dumb and you just have to get it in your head that, yes, they're stereotypes. But I love watching these reaction videos. And there's this couple from England, and they talk about how people in England always hear horrible things about America. And that the media in England goes on and on and on about how horrible America is. And I've had a lot of people that have videos on YouTube, reaction videos on YouTube from England, and their reaction videos about America. Every single one of those people, every one of them say, in England, everybody talks shit about Americans. There's a whole bunch of horrible propaganda against Americans. The media always talks shit about America. And they do that in a lot of countries. In almost every country, their government goes above and beyond to highlight just how shitty America is. And what's hilarious is every single last person out there listening knows, if they're being honest, they would jump at the chance. If someone said, I will give you a paid ticket, a round-trip ticket, and I will pay for your hotel if you feel like exploring America and talking to people in America. I will bet you $1 million every single person out there would jump at that chance. And I will bet you I would bet you $5 million that once you got here, most of your stereotypes that you heard about from your government and your country that just goes on and on about how we're terrorists and we're evil and we're horrible and we're all these things and we're mean and all this crap, I will bet you, if you came here, 75% of your prejudice and your stereotypes and your preconceived notions would all be erased, because every single one of these people who have actually come to America thinking that America was going to be awful, all of them admitted not only was it not awful, but we're nice, we're kind. We're one of the few countries that actually look you in the eye, that stop you and say hello and make conversation. We're patriotic. Why is it a bad thing to be fired up about your country? Maybe England, hello. England, hi. Yeah. In fact, all of the UK, you guys are Debbie Downers. You're like, me, all the time. Always just depressed and sad. Maybe it's because it's raining all the time. It's like people in Alaska and the Pacific Northwest have a very high rate of suicide because the weather is crappy. So maybe people in the UK are just incredibly depressed because the weather is so crappy, and maybe because they have 1 billion Muslims now, maybe because they have no freedom of speech and they're not allowed to say a single word without getting arrested. So I love how countries that are failing right now love to completely rip on America, because we're not failing. Even at America's worst, we're still better than a lot of other countries. And if you actually come here, if we want to shoot guns and we want to go four-wheeling and we want to go mudding and we want to have fighter pilots going over the top of stadiums and we want to watch NASCAR and get fired up. That's called pride. And I know a lot of people are against being proud unless you're black or gay or trans. Apparently only trans people and gay people. It's called pride. And I love how somehow certain groups of people are allowed to be proud, but white people aren't allowed to be proud. And if you're, God forbid, a white straight man in America, oh, fuck, you can't be proud. You're not allowed to be proud of your country unless you're from a shitty country like Iran. I'm not talking about the Iranian people. The Iranian people seem very lovely. But I'm just saying, how come it's okay for people that have terrorists, people with Hamas, people that believe in beheading babies? That's okay. The liberals are like, let's be proud. People in the UK are like, Palestine, go beheading babies. Yeah, let's behead those babies. Do it. Yeah. It's every single thing in the world is Trump's fault and Israel's fault. Every single thing. We're not just shitty people. We don't make shitty choices. We don't continuously make horrible, horrible, horrible choices. We don't align ourselves with terrorism. No. Going around and killing 30,000 of your own people because they are exercising their I don't want to say freedom of speech because they don't have freedom of speech in Iran. But the Iranian people, 30,000 people, 30,000, not 3 people, not 30 people, not 3,000 people, 30,000 people. Hello, hi, everybody, hi. 30,000 people that the Iranian regime killed of their own people. And you're going to talk shit about America? You're going to talk shit about America, England? You're going to talk shit about America, Canada? Canada, how's your country doing right now? England, how's your country doing right now? Ireland, how's your country doing? Australia, how's your country doing? France, you freaking dumb shit country. How's your country doing? I'm sorry, again, I'm not talking about the people. I'm not speaking about the people in Australia. I've never met the people of Australia, but I'm sure they're very lovely. I'm talking about their government. Not speaking about the people, so I don't need people to be like, No, I'm talking about the way you run your government and then talking shit about America when every single fucking person out there knows they would give their left boob and testicle to have a ticket to visit America, if not live here. Why? Because it's fucking awesome. And we're proud of it. And we're allowed to be proud of it. If you can be proud of your crap country, then we can be proud of the country that defends your crappy country. As a person that lives in America, I'm getting really, really tired of people, of countries like France and these little countries that contribute absolutely nothing whatsoever, that cannot defend themselves, that have no capacity to defend themselves, whose countries are going to hell in a handbasket, somehow like to pretend that they have it going on and America is shitty. At the same time, they don't hesitate to ask for our help and beg for our help when they go running their mouths off to bigger countries and then can't defend themselves. Stop being chihuahuas and acting like you're big and tough, and then when a fucking pit bull comes out and they're like, all right, say it again, motherfucker. And then you're like, oh, just kidding. And then you go run behind America. I love how everybody disses on America because we're happy people. Because all we want more than anything in the world is to love our country. And we maybe want to shoot guns, and maybe we want to go mudding, and maybe we want to go hunting, and maybe we want to go fishing, and maybe we want to do some NASCAR. But we also love art. We also love music. We also love science. We also love to help others. We also have a landscape. Have you seen America? I highly suggest, if you've never seen pictures of America, every single state looks like one of your countries. How cool is that? Our entire country looks like 50 different countries. One country can look like 50 different countries because that's how badass America is. Do not tell me you don't think America's beautiful. That's a stupid thing to say because you can't possibly say that because we have deserts. So if you don't like the desert, okay, we have forests. If you don't like the forest, okay, we have valleys and mountains. All right, you don't like valleys and mountains? We have oceans. We have lakes. We have rivers. We have every single type of topography you can possibly imagine. So there's zero way that you can't find at least one state that you don't find pretty. There are a million beautiful countries out there. There are a lot of amazing countries with amazing people. Again, I'm not talking about the people in these countries. I am talking about the people, though, that make these comments. If you're a person that's like, America, what a bunch of fucking blah, blah, blah. They just run their country bad, and Trump, and blah, blah, blah. Really? Because let's go back on the statistics of Trump. How bad is Trump really? If you look up the statistics on ChatGPT, which, by the way, I love how people are like, ChatGPT isn't accurate. That's a stupid, uneducated thing to say, because ChatGPT quite literally pulls resources from the entire internet, from CNN, MSNBC, so from all the liberal crap, and then all the conservative stuff, and then all the in-between stuff, and all the nonpartisan stuff, and they get it all together, and it generates information, accurate information, factual information. So these reaction videos where people come from different countries and they're like, man, in our country, we're just shown all this propaganda about how horrible America is. And we had these thoughts in our head of what we thought America would be. And then we got there, and not only were we pleasantly surprised, but now we want to stay. Of course you want to stay. Every single effing person on earth wants to come to America. I'm sorry, you do. At least to visit. I don't think there's a single person that would turn down a free ticket to America. Maybe there is. I should rephrase. There's probably maybe 5% of the population. Maybe the hardcore, even the terrorists want to come here because, they want us to be unalived. They want us gone. So they want to infiltrate. So they even want to come here. Terrorists want to come here. Everybody wants to come to America, and yet everybody bashes on it when you haven't even been here. How do you get to say things when you haven't been there, You can say things about our government if you want, if you actually aren't going by propaganda and you're gathering real, actual facts, not opinions, not claims, not accusations, not claims and opinions and accusations about America or Trump or Charlie Kirk or all these people. But if you actually take your time to look up facts, like with Charlie Kirk, for example, everyone's like, Charlie Kirk hates black people. He hates black people. Okay, I've begged people to show me evidence of that. And instead of showing evidence of that, what they do is they show this teeny little very edited, short clip that is taking what Charlie says completely out of context and editing it so it appears as if he is racist. But then when you ask liberals to watch the entire video, the unedited, the not CNN, the not MSNBC, the non-liberal, retarded version. I said retarded, get over it. If you don't like it, get off my podcast. I don't care. If you actually look at the videos of Charlie Kirk, you will find zero evidence of him being even a tiny bit racist. Not even a little bit racist. And if you look up videos and stuff of Trump, you will find the same thing. Not only is the man not racist, but he has quite literally done more for African Americans than Obama. African Americans will tell you that. Black people will tell you that. Any kind of black person with a brain will tell you that Obama has done nothing but ruin black people. If you're educated and you pay attention, you will see that Obama has done absolutely a big old goose egg zero for black people. Trump, however, has a lengthy list of things he has done to not only help black people, but women and just people in general, just humans. He is a very, very, very good, helpful, kind man who loves this country. And anything in other countries that you've heard of Trump are all propaganda, edited crap. Because again, if you look at the uncensored, unedited version of things, every single thing the liberals say is wrong. Like the Russian collusion scandal. Obama should be in jail. Why is Obama not in jail? Why is Hillary Clinton not in jail? Why is Ilhan Omar not in jail? Why? Why? It has been proven that the Russian collusion scandal was a scandal made up by Obama and Hillary. Proven. No, 0 Russian collusion ever happened. Zero. It has been proven that Obama had dementia while he was in office. So the person running our country was not in his right mind, and the liberals lied about it. They were asked point blank, is President Obama suffering from any kind of medical condition? Is his health declining? No. He is tip-top shape. Fit as a fiddle and sharp as a tack. Lies. So who was actually running the country then? Who was running the country? Because it was not our president. Who had the auto pen? Who was signing for him? Who was forging that? Who was pretending to be the president? Because that's illegal. It's not okay. Then there's the fraud. All of the fraud. And that is exactly why liberals do not want, why Democrats don't want Republicans, because then their money train goes away. Then they have no more money coming in. And they can't get in bed with Russia, and they can't get in bed with China. They can no longer give blowjobs to Putin. They can no longer give blowjobs to Xi Jinping. And man, they want to. They really want to. They love nothing more than getting on their knees for other countries other than America. Liberals will get on their knees for every other country. If it's a terrorist country, they're on their knees. They're on their knees giving those BJs and bowing and worshiping. They are so pro-murder. They are so pro-aborting babies and mutilating kids. And then we're the bad guys. And then this reputation goes to all these other countries. And somehow now the world has gotten so topsy-turvy that is 100% supported and encouraged and normal now to try to assassinate our president or to assassinate any single person that disagrees with the Democrats. If you disagree with the Democrat, they want to unalive you immediately, and they will try. How many times have I, just me, and I'm not a political person, how many times have I been threatened and bullied? How many times has my life been threatened? A lot. That's the answer, a lot. And I'm a nobody. I can quite literally show you a million. I'm going to seriously say I can show you a million comments between when President Trump in 2016 until now in the last 10 years. I can safely say there are over 1 million comments that have been made saying they hope Trump is assassinated, or they hope MAGA is assassinated, or they hope Republicans are assassinated, or they hope straight white men are assassinated. Any single person that disagrees with them or has a different belief, they want assassinated, or they want paralyzed, or they want poisoned, or they want censored, or they want fired. They want their life destroyed. That is the liberals' answer to everything. Destroy, burn, destroy, vandalize, break windows, riot. But they're peace-loving, calm people. Kill all the babies in Israel. But they're peace-loving people. Kill all the babies inside the mother's uterus. But they're peace-loving people. Mutilate all the children. Chop off their penises. Chop off their breasts. But they're peace-loving, accepting, normal people. Kill and unalive every single person and poison every person that disagrees, that wears a hat I don't like. Bully people that have hats I don't like. Crowd the streets and take over the streets. But we're peace-loving people. You're fucking psychotic. No one likes you. I'll say it to your fucking face. I'll say it to your face. I'm Generation X. Don't fuck with me. I'm not hiding behind anything. I love this country. I'm proud of this country. I think this country is the best country in the entire fucking world. And I'm allowed to be proud. And I don't give a shit if you tell me I can't. I'm white and I'm so proud to be white. I am also Swedish. So proud to be Swedish. I am a actual genetically, biologically, I'm a biological woman. Proud of it. I have blonde hair and blue eyes. I look like some kind of Aryan person. I love it. I love my heritage. I love my looks. I'm so proud of every single thing that I am. And I'm allowed to be. You don't get to corner the market on being proud of yourself because you're black. Sorry, that's called racism. It's called being a shitty fucking person if you're telling other people. You're going to tell a child they're not allowed to be proud of themselves because they're white. While you're sitting here going, racism's bad, but you're not allowed to be white. Don't you dare be proud to be white. Racism. But we have an entire month dedicated to black people. We have scholarships for black people. We have the BED Awards. So an awards night just for black people. And then what did the BLM movement turn out to be? What did the BLM movement turn out to be, people? Answer that. All of you liberals out there, what did the BLM movement turn out to be? Let me hear you. Let me hear you guys. Admit it. Admit it. Say it with me. A fraud. Who went to jail for millions and millions of dollars of fraud because she doesn't give a shit about black people? Oh, another black person that was the head of the BLM movement that you guys supported and said was wonderful, turns out wasn't wonderful, exactly like Republicans said. So far, every quote, conspiracy theory, supposed conspiracy theories that you guys raked us over the coals about, oh, interesting. Did they all turn out to be correct? Yeah, nod your head with me. Everybody in sync now. Yes. Good. Yes. I know I sound like a condescending prick right now. I don't fucking care. Because it's really funny how every single person out there is entitled to their beliefs. And boy, will they march and protest and riot and unalive every single person in the world that disagrees with them. But I have to shut my mouth. I have to be all nice and kind and make sure I don't hurt your feelings, Pookie Bear. Oh, God, we don't want to hurt your feelings, but fuck my feelings, right? Unalive me, assassinate me, poison me, bully me, wish death upon me. But I have to respect you. So you're going, respect me, respect my beliefs. And you're forcing beliefs down everybody else, but fuck everybody else, right? That's called narcissism. You should familiarize yourself with that because that's what you are. You're also an asshole. So you're an asshole and you're a narcissist and you're also an uneducated idiot. I'm just going to say all the things because I'm fucking tired. I'm sick and tired of everybody thinking they have to pussyfoot around all these baby liberals while they get to go around burning and destroying and unaliving every single fucking thing they hate. And why do they hate it? They have no reason. They'll admit they have no reason. Do you know how many reporters, how many people have gone out to rioters and they'll say to them, what are you protesting? Palestine. Okay, tell me about Palestine. What are you protesting? You're pro-Palestine. You're a pro-Palestine? That's what you're doing a protest about? Okay, tell me about Palestine. Where is Palestine located? Can you point to it on a map? No, I don't know where it's at. Oh, okay. Do you know a single thing why you're protesting? No, I'm just out here. Look it up, you guys. I'm not making this up. Look it up. Tons and tons and tons of videos where people will go, hey, what are you out here protesting? Pro-Palestine. Okay, what does that mean for you? What is it about Palestine that you support? Gays for Palestine. What a fucking stupid thing. Are you dumb? If you were one of those people that were out there and you're gay, if you're gay and you're transgender and you were pro-Palestine, you're a moron. I hope you move to Palestine. I really want you to move to Palestine. I want you to move to Iran. I want you to move to a country that you say is wonderful, like Palestine and Iran, while you're transgender and gay. Please, please, please do it. Because remember, you love, love, love Iran and you love Palestine. But when you're asked to like point to it on a map, you don't know where it is. When you ask what the capital of their countries is, you don't know. When you ask anything about them, do you know a single teeny tiny bit about those countries and what exactly it is you support? Nope, they don't. They're like, we're just out here. We're just out here because we want the free food, we want the attention, because we're bored, because we don't have a job, because we want to be cool. Not a single fucking one of them. And then when you try to give them facts, when you're like, hey, by the way, you're gay or you're trans, and you're sitting here supporting a country that hates you, that wants nothing more than to throw you off the top of a building, and they actively do that. And again, there has been videos taken in those countries when you ask them if they agree with being gay, being homosexual, they flat out say that they deserve to die. So if you're a gay or transgender person, I hope you know that the countries that you're supporting not only think that you should die, but they will go out of their way to unalive you themselves with their own hands. And they will want to do it. They will jump at the chance to throw you off of a building. And if this is the first time you're hearing it, then you're proving my point. That you're not an educated person and you just go out and say things that you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. And I'm sick of it. Because what does that do? Spread misinformation. And then other countries get this idea in their head about what America represents. And they think that America represents all of these things where just a small amount of very small-minded, horrible people think. Liberals are terrorists. Sorry, you are. You support terrorism. You're pro-terrorism. And you terrorize people. So you are a terrorist. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. So if you're pro-terrorism and you support October 7th and what happened in Israel, and you support these people who have Hamas, and you support Hamas, then and you go around terrorizing people and saying you're going to unalive and assassinate people that disagree with you, and you go around burning and destroying everything, you are a terrorist. You're not doing any good. And then when you don't even know what you're doing it for, you're like, I don't know, I'm just out here. I'm just out here for a good time because I find hate awesome. I thrive on hate and hating Trump. I don't know why I hate Trump. When I ask what kind of policies that I hate and then I'm proven wrong about those policies, I'm like, oh, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Liberals do that a lot. Whenever they're proven wrong, they're like, I'm out of here. They run. I did a whole video about how liberals' way of debating is posting a meme that they think is going to hurt my feelings. They are not educated enough to debate me. They're not educated enough to have a conversation. They're not respectful or kind enough or mature enough to have a mature, respectful, kind conversation. I try all the time. Today I'm being a bitch. I understand that. Today I'm fired up. I understand that. But it's because I've been on the internet trying to have conversations with people, and all they do is prove my video right. I did a video about how there have been so many times where I'm like, hey, this is how I feel. If you disagree with me, can you please, in the comments, instead of posting a meme that you think is going to hurt my feelings, instead of calling me names, could you please just have a conversation with me? And if you can't, that's sad. And what do people do? Post memes because they can't have a conversation. They post these memes that they think are going to make me cry, which, by the way, I don't know why you do that. Do you think I give a fuck about what a stranger thinks of me? I have never, ever, ever, ever in the history of my entire existence given a rat's ass what anybody other than my family and friends think of me. I never will, ever. So please do not waste your time because I find it hysterical. And it shows your true colors. It shows that you're ignorant. You're too ignorant or uneducated or immature or disrespectful to have a conversation. So instead of being educated or respectful or kind, you have to be a moron and disrespectful. And all that does is show that you're stupid. It doesn't prove you correct, and it doesn't prove me wrong. All you have done is proven me correct. and shown your true colors to all of the internet. And then you have all of these people out there, like Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, who seem to be best friends with Putin and Xi Jinping and seem to think that the way that they run their countries and the way that Palestine runs their country is amazing. Do you know what those three countries have in common? The people of those countries are starving. Do you think the people that live in Russia, if they were allowed freedom of speech, do you think the people in China, if they were allowed freedom of speech, do you think the people in Palestine, if they were allowed freedom of speech, would say, oh, I love starving to death. I love living in major, massive poverty. I love being scared shitless to say a single thing bad about the leader of our countries. I love not having freedom of speech. I love not being able to say a single thing. I love being completely sheltered from the rest of the world and kept completely sheltered from the rest of the world. Do you think that the people of those countries like that? No, they're trying desperately to come where? Where? Everybody? Anybody? America. Are they trying desperately to come to England? Most people aren't. Some are. Are they trying desperately? Are the people of Russia trying to go to Iran? No. Are the people of Russia trying to go to China? No. No. Are the people of Iran or Russia trying to go to China or Palestine? No. Are they trying to go to South Africa? No, because in South Africa, they kill every single white Christian they can. They're just like, give me some white Christians to kill. We can't have any white Christians around. And then meanwhile, Muslims are allowed to take over, threaten us, say death to America. And people are like, welcome. The liberals are like, welcome. Oh, you want Americans to die? Cool. Come into our country. Come in. We're going to invite the enemy in. The enemy that has for thousands of years said that they hate everybody that disagrees with their religion and has actively killed. They have actually unalived people that disagree with them. All throughout history, this has been going on. But liberals are like, water under the bridge. We're going to ignore that. We're going to ignore all the terrorism. We're going to ignore all of the assassinations and unalivings and bombings and beheadings. We're going to pretend those don't exist because, oh, they mean well. No, they don't. They don't mean well. And now England has allowed them into their country. Canada has allowed them into their country. Australia has allowed them into the country. How is that going for you, Canada? Anyone in Canada? Can you tell me how it's going for you? Australia, England, Ireland? Hey, can you guys tell me how allowing terrorists into your country has gone so far? How are your countries going right now? Not well. Okay? And then you hate on America. You hate on America and you hate on Trump because we don't want what you guys have going on right now. And you guys don't want what you have going on right now. You guys are like, oh, shit. Ooh, we fucked up. We fucked up real bad. Well, it's too fucking late now because you didn't listen. You called Americans bigots and racists and horrible, terrible, awful, very bad, no good people because we didn't want terrorists in our country. But what are you guys going to do? Are you going to call on America for help? Probably. Because you can't fight things on your own. Because your military sucks. Because you don't believe in protecting your countries. You don't believe in protecting your citizens. You leave your citizens open for slaughter. You leave your citizens open to where they're not allowed to say a single word because the freedom of speech is gone. Your freedom of speech is gone. Your freedoms are gone, and it's been taken over by Muslims. And then when it's gotten so out of control that now people are like, crap, it's out of control. Who are you going to call to fix it? Probably America. And I hope that we flip you the bird and say, fuck off. You've made your bed. You sit there and you lie in it. And don't you fucking dare try to come to America. Don't you dare set foot in this country. Get the fuck out of our country. Anybody that hates this country, why are you here? Are you realizing that it's really, really, really difficult to move to Canada? Canada acts like they're the most welcoming country in the world. Try to move to Canada, you guys. Go right now. Try to become a citizen. See how that goes for you. Like I said, you're not even allowed to fly over Canada or drive through Canada if you've been convicted of a federal crime. That's the truth. If you've been convicted of a federal crime, you can't even fucking go to Canada. So fuck off, Canada. Quit acting like you're the most welcoming people in the world, because you're not. It's very, very, very hard to become a citizen in Canada. And when you are a citizen in Canada, why don't you ask the people of Canada how it is to live in Canada right now? Ask them how much it costs to buy a home in Canada. Ask them how much they pay in taxes to get the, quote, free health care. Ask them how long it takes to get into a doctor, or if they can get into a doctor of their own choice. Why don't you guys take a moment and do that? I'll pause. Do, 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 doop, do, 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 do. Did you look it up? Because, yeah. I love America. If you don't, get the fuck out of our country, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired of people mooching off of us, draining our resources from people that actually pay taxes and actually love this country. If you hate this country so much, why are you getting government assistance from the country that you hate? Gwenny, come. Why are you getting help from the country you hate? And if you're from a different country and you hate us so much, why do you always want aid from us? Why do you always want our money? Is it because your countries don't have the money or the military? Yeah, that's what it is. Because you don't give a shit, because your countries aren't ran well. So you don't have money. And you don't have the military because you don't give a shit about the protection of your people. So you don't prioritize. And you're like, America will take care of it. Don't worry, America will take care of it. We'll say how much we hate America, but then we'll drain all of America's resources and we'll use them anytime our country fucks up and makes stupid choices. But then we'll continue to say how racist and prejudiced and horrible America is, when we're one of the only countries, Israel is another one, by the way, it's okay if you're gay in Israel, by the way. It's okay to be trans in Israel, by the way. That's a fact. It's a fact. It is not okay to be gay and trans in Palestine or Iran, by the way. That's a fact. You big dummy. And I'm going to keep calling you names because I'm really fucking tired of having my life threatened because of my opinion. I will state my opinion as often as I want, whenever I want, to whom the fuck ever I want, because I can. And I'm not going to be bullied by some insecure, ignorant libtard. I'm not going to be bullied by anybody, actually. I'm not going to be bullied by a Republican or conservative. I'm not going to be bullied by anybody. I will stand up for myself. I will state my beliefs. I will stand proudly by the fact that I am a straight, white woman with blonde hair and blue eyes, and I am incredibly proud of it. Just like you should be proud. You should be proud to be black. You should be proud to be Asian, Native American, Hispanic, whatever you are, whatever race you are, be proud. Whatever hair color you are, whatever religion you are, be proud. Whatever political party, whatever gender you are, be proud. I'm not telling you not to be proud. I'm telling you not to be proud if you're a terrorist. I'm telling you not to be proud if you're a hateful person. I'm telling you not to be proud of yourself if you believe in unaliving and bullying and harming people that disagree with you. Does that make me wrong? Am I a bad person because I don't want people to be bullied and assassinated because of their beliefs? I'm not the bad guy. People are like, oh, Courtney's really off the rails in her podcast today. Oh, my stars. Oh, my goodness gracious. Courtney is just off the rails today. She is unhinged. No, I'm not. It's called, you can only push people so far. And you can only push and push and push and push and push and push and push. And I can keep going. Please stop. Please stop. Please don't do that. Please stop. Please stop. Hey, please stop. And I can only be calm so many times, and I can only be rational so many times. But if someone's standing next to you for 10 years I defy anybody right now to have someone for 10 years constantly tell you how you should die because you're wearing a hat they don't like, or that your mom or your family should die because of the political party that you associate with, or because of your gender, or because of your race. Let's try for 10 years. I want everybody to close their eyes for a moment and pretend that for 10 years you've had your business destroyed, you've lost your job, you've been censored, you have been bullied, you have been threatened to be poisoned, you have been threatened and your family has been threatened to die and be poisoned and paralyzed or to be censored. I have been censored and censored and censored. My constitutional rights have been taken away. Not transgender rights. No transgender rights have been taken, you silly gooses. And when you ask people, give me an example of a right that's been taken, they shut the fuck up because they know there's zero. That's a fact. It's not my opinion. So shut up if you have anything else to say other than you're correct, Courtney. Because anything other than you're correct, Courtney, is wrong. Zero rights have been taken from gay people or transgender people or black people or Hispanic people or anybody. Because there's constitutional rights and then there's what you want. Okay? People keep crossing rights with what they want. Wants are not a right. I hate to tell you that. Just like claims and accusations are not facts. Claims and accusations are not proof and evidence. Well, what you want and what you desire and what you need are not constitutional rights. And being gay has been going on for a long time, people. No one cares. Stop making fetch happen. No one cares if you're gay anymore. And that's a good thing. That's a very, very good thing. No one bats an eye anymore. Sure, there's always going to be haters. If we're trying to erase all the hate in the world, well, that's never going to happen because there are always going to be racists. There's going to be racist people from America, from Canada, from Australia, from France, from Germany. Every single country in the entire world is going to have racist, bigoted, stupid people. Every country in the world is going to have hateful people that are uneducated, spreading hate. You're never going to get rid of it, ever. Stop wasting your time trying to change everybody else's opinion and worry about who you are. Who are you? What are you bringing to the table? Why are you so fucking awesome? Honestly, why are you so great? Stop right now and go, why am I great? What am I bringing to the table? Am I racist? Have I been ignorant? Have I said and done racist, ignorant things? I have. I can admit it, though. I have been saying since this podcast has happened, I don't think I'm perfect. I don't think anyone's perfect. I have been hypocritical, and I've apologized. That's the difference. And I've admitted I'm wrong. That's the difference. I have said racist, prejudiced, shitty things. I have said things that are ignorant and stupid. I have been an ignorant, stupid person. I have been a moron. And I have zero problem. Hello? Uh-oh. That was very weird. I got a phone call, and it was a lengthy phone call, and I went to try to record again, and I don't know if this is working. Let's see here. Okay, we shall see if this is actually going to work. Anyway, I don't even know where I was. I know I was fired up, and I know people are like, oh my God, she's unhinged. She's a crazy person. Courtney is going off, and she's a prejudiced person, and she hates different countries, and she hates, she's racist and all this. No, that's not it. Like I've said, I don't hate people from Canada, and I don't hate people from Iran, and I don't hate people from countries. I don't like people that believe in terrorism. I don't like people that believe in censoring people's freedom of speech or bully or assassinate people because they are wearing an article of clothing or have a religion that they disagree with. I'm sorry, I am against that. And if that makes me a bad person, what does that make you? Like, ask yourself that. If I'm a bad person because I don't believe in aborting children, mutilating children, I don't believe in throwing gay and transgender people off of buildings, I don't agree with bullying, paralyzing, poisoning, assassinating, or harming or threatening people that wear an article of clothing you don't like, that are a gender you don't like, that are a race you don't like, that have a political affiliation you don't like, I don't believe in assassinating those people. So if that makes me a bad guy, what does it make you for thinking that's okay? What does it make you when you support terrorist organizations like Hamas? What does it make you when you base your entire opinion on someone off of misinformation, propaganda, and not educating yourself and doing your own homework and your own research? What does that make you when you watch edited clips that are taken out of context, and then you believe those edited clips that have been censored and patched together and taken out of context, and then somebody goes and posts those inaccurate, misleading things all over the internet, and then people comment on things like when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and people rejoice and celebrate in that, and they dress up as the corpse of that, and they're like, ha ha, that's hilarious. Really? Do you find it hilarious if your brother, sister, mom, dad, son, daughter, would it be hilarious if they were shot in the neck and blood was squirting all over the place, and people were like, ha ha, that's hysterical? Pretty sure that makes you the bad guy. Pretty sure it makes me a sane, kind, normal human being because I'm against that and I find that repulsive. Sorry, I'm not racist. Sorry, I don't think that you should feel bad about yourself if you're white. Or if you have, so you're going to tell little kids that if they have blonde hair and blue eyes and they're white, that they're bad and they should somehow feel bad and feel guilt. You're going to instill insecurities into children as if they don't already have enough. Have you heard of puberty? Have you heard of hormones? Have you heard of middle school and how hard middle school already is? Do you really need to add a whole shit ton of insecurities to that? Do you need to be talking to them about really graphic details about sex? Sure, we should educate our kids about sex, but do you need to be graphic about it? Do you need to talk about every single form of sex and what all you can do? I don't think so. That's not up to you. You're not the parent. Do we need to take parental rights away? Because that's what's happening, Canada. Hi, Canada, I'm talking to you. Do you remember how you throw people in jail? You throw parents, good parents, in jail? You take kids away from healthy, good, safe homes because the parents want to protect their children from mutilating themselves? Canada? Hi, Canada. What do you have to say to that? Are you going to make it? If you can sit there with a straight face and go, you should absolutely take children away from loving, good homes because they're parents of minor children who cannot get a tattoo, drink, smoke cigarettes, smoke weed, vote, go to a military, or buy a home. They can't do any of those things. They still live in their home with their parents. Their parents are still paying for everything. They're not allowed to vote or get a cigarette or get a drink or go into the military. But you think it's okay, or even get a tattoo. They can't even get a tattoo, but you're like, sure, cut off your boobs, cut off your dick, because you are a teenager whose hormones have not even fully developed. Your brain has not fully developed. So before your brain has fully, and all parents are saying, hey, whoa. Can we put a pause on that for a minute? And can we please just, like, if that's what you want to do when you're an adult, after you've done extensive research, all parents are saying is, hey, can we please do extensive research? Can we please do research? Can you please stop telling my children what to do? So we want to blame parents for everything, but we also don't want parents to have any rights to be a parent anymore. We're no longer allowed to decide who tells our kids about Santa Claus or religion anymore. Now teachers think they have the right to talk religion. Teachers think they have a right to talk politics. I have a really good idea. How about you fucking educate our kids? There's a concept. Hey, teachers out there, why don't you do your job and, I don't know, educate your kids? Because in the state of Oregon, we're all a bunch of dumb shits. And you're not educating your kids because you've lowered the bar. You have lowered I love how Democrats are like, actually, liberals are very, very educated people, and liberal Democrat states are high in education. Well, actually, here's some actual facts, because again, I know liberals are very allergic to facts, but the facts are liberals have lowered the bar so much that you have to quite literally have the IQ of about 12. You have to have an IQ of about 60 and you can graduate high school, because you no longer have to read, write, or speak English fluently to graduate. That's an actual thing. Look it up. Not making it up. Look it up. In the state of Oregon, you do not have to read, write, or speak English fluently or know math to graduate high school. So there's a bunch of illiterate, stupid people out there graduating, and then people are like, look, the success rate for graduation in Democrat states is high. Yes, because you allow people to graduate when they're not even as intelligent as a fucking 6-year-old. That's why so many people are now doing private schooling. So when you lower the bar so low, and then you claim, okay, look, I've lowered the bar so low, so now everybody's graduating. Not all teachers. I'm not saying this about all teachers. There are a lot of great teachers out there. So hats off to the teachers out there that actually teach. Because in this day and age, it is very, very, very hard to be a teacher. It is incredibly hard to be a teacher because you're not allowed to actually educate. You're not allowed to give facts. You're not allowed, history is a complete made-up thing with liberals. They just make it up. They're going to start claiming that George Washington was black. They're going to start claiming that white people did not free the slaves, that Republicans did not stand up for slaves. I love how Democrats conveniently leave that out of their history, that they wanted slavery so bad. They're like, we want black people to serve us. We want black people underneath us. We think that black people are so beneath us that we are willing to kill. We are willing to unalive. We are willing to murder and massacre. We are willing to start a war because we really want black people to serve us. That is what Democrats did. And then I like how they're like, oh, there was a party change. No, look it up on ChatGPT. There's no party change. You still believe that to this day. To this day, DEI and dumbing down things because they're like, well, black people can't keep up. Black people can't get IDs. Black people don't have IDs. Black people have no way of getting IDs. Black people don't have IDs. Black people aren't educated. Black people are too stupid. So are Hispanic people. Hispanic people are too dumb. So we have to lower the bar so that black people and Hispanic people and any other race but white people can actually keep up. That is what DEI is. You are saying and admitting that you have to lower the bar and lower the standards so that because you think that that group of people are so stupid and so uneducated that they can't possibly get a job. They can't possibly compete with white people. They can't possibly get a job based on their intelligence. No. They can't possibly get a job based on experience and their education. No. That is what liberals are still saying. And then they're like, oh, don't deport illegals. We need them for the fields. We need illegals to work in the fields. First of all, you're suggesting that illegal immigrants are too dumb to have any other job. You're suggesting that they are too uneducated and stupid to have any other job. And then while you're saying that working in the field is super hot and super horrible and that no one wants to do it and they get paid slave labor jobs, and it's horrible, horrible, horrible. But then you're also sitting here going, but keep them so they can continue to do those jobs. We want them to continue to have slave labor. We want them to continue to have horrible jobs that no one else wants. So keep all of the illegal immigrants in these horrible jobs that we're admitting are horrible jobs and we're admitting they don't get paid nearly enough for, but we want them to stay and continue to do those jobs because we don't want to do them. That makes you racist. that makes you the bad guy. Because what Republicans are saying is, well, we don't care what race you are. We think that if you are qualified for a job, if you have the qualifications and the education for a job, regardless of your race, you should get the job. It doesn't matter your gender. It doesn't matter your race. You should get hired based on your education and qualifications, based on if you actually know what the fuck you're doing, regardless of race. So we're saying Black people, Asian people, Hispanic people, Native American people, all of the people, and man or woman should all apply for jobs, and they should all be looked at equally. But liberals are like, no, screw that. Let's only hire people based on race. It's just ridiculous. And I really don't care who this offends. I've never cared. I don't care. Why would I? Because no one seems to give a flying shit about my feelings. I love how everyone's like, me, I, my religion, my feelings, my race, me, my race, me, my gender, me, my political affiliation. Listen to me, hear me. Bend over backwards for me. Roll out the red carpet for me. Put down the rose petals for me. Because it's me and I and me and I. Fuck you. It is not all about you. Other people, believe it or not, have the exact same, they're just as fired up and just as passionate about their beliefs and their religion as you are. Why are you more important? Ask yourself that. Why are you more important? What are you contributing? Who are you helping? Are you helping illegal immigrants? I'm sorry. Are you out there helping illegal immigrants fill out the necessary paperwork to become citizens? Are you paying the fees and helping illegal immigrants with the test and getting in line to become an American citizen? Are you doing that? No? Then shut up. Shut all the way the fuck up. Are you going around helping Black people? What are you doing for Black people? Because protesting doesn't help. Protesting, when you've protested, have you helped illegal immigrants stay? What illegal immigrants have you helped stay in this country by protesting? What illegal immigrants and what Black people and what transgender people have you all of a sudden, have you made it where transgender people can do more now? I'm sorry, can transgender people suddenly do more things now than they could before you started protesting? I'm sorry, can you list me the difference you have made when you started burning and destroying? Because what you've actually done is caused damage, taxpayers' money. You've caused Black people to pay an absorbent amount in taxes. You've caused Hispanic people to pay an absorbent amount in taxes. You've cost them money. And then you're like, don't go and eat. You don't get to eat at Mexican restaurants anymore. All you Republicans stay away from Mexican restaurants. Excuse me? So now you don't want Hispanic people to make money? You're telling people to not give business to Hispanic people, so you're trying to make them go bankrupt? You want Hispanic businesses to fail? You want Hispanic businesses to fail and go bankrupt so they can no longer pay their bills, so that they no longer have a home, so that they're out on the streets. You're going to speak for Hispanic people? You know Hispanic people voted for Trump, right? You're aware that Hispanic people voted for Trump, right? Hello, hi, hey, everybody out there. Hispanic people voted for Trump, and you speaking for them is you acting like they're slave owners. Are you their slave owners? Are you speaking on behalf of Mexican people because you don't think they are capable of speaking for themselves? Do you think you need to speak for them because you think that they don't have mouths of their own? You think they can't form sentences? Are you telling people to make them go bankrupt and not eat at their restaurants, so therefore their restaurants fail and they can no longer feed their families? Also, you don't get to tell me where to go. That's like saying, what I should say is, you don't get to celebrate the 4th of July. Don't you dare celebrate the 4th of July. because you don't love America. You don't like America, and you're not a patriot. So stay the fuck home. No one wants you. If you're a liberal and you believe in all these things I've been saying, what are you contributing? Are you in a basement right now behind your computer going, I'm big and tough. I'm really big and tough because I'm down here. It's like that Brad Paisley song, Being a Celebrity. Go listen to the Brad Paisley song, Being a Celebrity. That's celebrities and that's liberals right now. And celebrities, hi, celebrities. No one gives a shit about you. I don't know who you think you are. You're just a human. You're an overpaid court jester. I've said this a million times. You're an overpaid court jester. You need us. Without us, you're nothing. If we don't follow your social media, if we don't buy your concert tickets, if we don't watch your movies, if we don't buy your merchandise, you don't have a job. I don't need you. You need me. My life does not revolve around other people buying my tickets, watching my shows, watching my movies. You are an overpaid court jester here to entertain the masses. I don't know why you think you're so cool. You're a puppet. You're an entertainer. Now, I'm not dissing that. There are perfectly lovely celebrities. There's musicians out there. There's actors out there like Keanu Reeves. There are perfectly lovely, giving, educated celebrities out there. I'm not talking bad about all celebrities. I'm not talking bad about all liberals and about all Democrats or about all of Canada or all of France. Like I've said over and over again, I'm speaking about the people who believe in death to America. I'm talking about the people that say they hate America yet mooch off America. I'm talking about the countries that say how much they hate America, but sure want to come here. And they know they want to be America. America's fucking awesome. And if you don't live in America, I'm sorry, because it's pretty badass. And I'm not going to feel bad for loving my country because it's sure okay for everyone else to love their country. How come you can be proud of your country, but if God forbid I wear a shirt that has the American flag on it, that's somehow a political statement. How is the 4th of July, Martina McBride, you stupid bitch, who hasn't been relevant for 30 some odd years and had like 2 songs? You had like 2 fucking famous songs, Martina. No one gives a shit. And I love how you claim, oh, I thought it was nonpartisan. I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get involved in politics. Really? Because you got involved in BLM. You got involved in No Kings, and you did get involved with Obama and Hillary. So which is it, you hypocrite? You don't want to be involved in politics because you already were involved in politics. You're just a coward. And you really needed this job. You needed this gig, babe. Because you only have like 100,000 followers, and that says a lot right there. So you are not relevant unless people pay attention to you. Your job and your life is all based on people knowing who you are. And now people know who you are. They know that you're a hypocrite. They know you don't love this country. They know you're not a patriot, you don't love this country, and you're a hypocrite. So congratulations. Woo! Good job. I'm not talking about all celebrities again. I love celebrities that have the guts to say their opinion regardless of the wokey wokersons that will try to do everything to end your career. Why would you want to end someone's career because of their opinion? What is it about your life that you hate so much that you have to ruin everybody else's? Ask yourself that. Why are you out to ruin everyone else's life? Why aren't you trying to make your life good? Why aren't you focusing on yourself? Do you hate yourself so much? What are you doing for a job? What are you contributing? Who are you helping? God, it's frustrating. So frustrating. I will never, ever, ever apologize if I don't mean it. I'm not apologizing for any of the things I've said in this podcast. I won't apologize for it. If you're offended by it, that's your choice. Be offended. Don't listen to my podcast. I'm not begging anybody to listen to my podcast. I am very, very, very grateful. I am so grateful for everybody that listens to my podcast. And I want people to listen to my podcast. Again, I'm not putting down Canadians. I'm not putting down the French. I'm not putting down Democrats. I'm putting down human beings that believe that terrorism is okay, that believe that racism is okay, that believe that hate is okay. that prey and bully on people because they're different. I don't like hypocrites. So if you're a Republican and you fit these things, I don't like you. If you are a conservative and a Trump supporter and a patriot and you believe in hate and racism and bringing everybody down and hypocrisy, I'm talking to you too. If you're a white person and a female person with blonde hair and you believe in hate and racism and hypocrisy and terrorism, I'm talking to you. I am not just speaking to liberals. I am not just speaking to Democrats. I am not just speaking to Canadians. Again, I don't have anything against the people from these countries. I have something against the way that their country is ran. I don't like how Canada is ran. I don't like how England is ran. Look at England. Raise your hand if you have something that you can say that is positive about the way England has been running its government. People in England, I'm talking to you. Send me an email saying all the reasons that your country is working right now. Tell me how your country is working smoothly right now. Tell me how great your economy is, how great the violence is, how much houses cost, how nice people are. Tell me all of these things. Because I have a problem. Canada. I can't tell you how many Canadians I talk to that want to move here to the United States. And there are a lot of people here in the United States that want to move to Canada. That's fine. Canada seems beautiful. I've been to Canada, and there seems a lot of beautiful places in Canada. Again, I think Paris is the most overplayed, just dumb city. Don't like it, hated it. The Eiffel Tower is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. It looks like a hunk of junk metal to me. It looks like a twisted hunk of junk metal, if you're asking me. But a lot of people think things in America. It's called opinions, and it's okay. It's okay to disagree. I don't think the Eiffel Tower is a big deal. Other people think it's the greatest thing since peanut butter. Cool. Some people think the Grand Canyon's great. I don't. I can look at it for 5 minutes and then I'm like, great. It's beautiful. It is. It's God's creation. It's beautiful. That's fine. But I don't want to stare at it for longer than like 10 minutes. I'm over it. I'm like, okay, I can move on. I think Bryce Canyon in Zion is much more beautiful than the Grand Canyon, and I want to spend more time there than I do the Grand Canyon. But that is my opinion. I think Oregon is one of the most beautiful states. That's my opinion. It's okay for people to like chocolate and not like chocolate, to like salad and not like salad. So it's okay for people not to like America. I just don't want it based on propaganda. I don't want it based on misinformation. And I don't want it based on edited crap that you see. And I don't want people talking smack about our country because we love our country so much and we're not allowed to. Fuck you. I'm allowed to love to be white, to be blonde hair, to have blue eyes, to be an American, to be a patriot, to be a Republican. I have the right to be proud of myself because I'm a good person. I'm a very good person who goes out of my way to help people. I don't care about transgender. You can talk to me if you're a transgender person. I will talk to you. I dated a woman for 7 years. I was with a woman for 7 years. That's not some college fling. So clearly, I don't have a fucking problem with gay people either. I bet you guys didn't know that. Was that a shock? Was that a shock? See, you don't know everything. We think we know everything, and then we don't. So, this episode is to remind people to ask themselves, what am I contributing to the world? Am I a good parent? Am I a good daughter, son, father, mother, grandparent, aunt, sibling? Am I a good human? What am I contributing? Do I have a job? Who have I helped? Am I proud of my heritage? Well, other people can be too, because it's not all about you. So ask yourself, are you a narcissist? Because if so, stop it. Stop. My God, stop making everything about you. I know it's not that easy. If you're a narcissist, you're a narcissist. I don't think there's a cure for narcissism, unfortunately. But there is a cure for misinformation and being uneducated. It's called educate yourself. inform yourself before you make comments. I know I have made myself look like a real ass. I've made myself look like an ass on this podcast. At least I admit it. At least I'm not afraid to say I'm wrong. At least I'm not afraid to apologize. At least I'm not afraid to admit I'm not perfect. So ask yourself, are you perfect? Because if not, how about give a little grace? Do you know what the word grace is? Let's look up the word grace. I know I sound like a condescending prick today. I do. I know it. I admit it. I'm being a condescending prick. Sometimes we have those days, right? Just don't make it your mission. Don't be a condescending prick as a personality. This isn't my personality. This is a moment. This is called being pissed off because I've had enough. So, ask yourself some questions before you go knocking on everyone else's doorstep. Clean your own closet first, okay? So if I haven't completely offended you, if I haven't completely pissed you off, you're awesome. You're fucking amazing. You're going to be someone. If I have not offended you and I have not triggered you and you're still listening, congratulations. You're a fucking amazing person. You deserve, honestly, I'm not saying that condescending. I mean that. You are awesome. Congratulations. You're an adult. Woo! Congratulations. You are an adult. You're a grown-up. Congratulations. You can see things from all points of view. Congratulations, you actually hear other people's point of view. You are capable of listening to someone else other than your own self. I mean that sincerely. I sound like I'm being a bitch, but I do mean it sincerely. I'm just kind of fired up, so I'm kind of sound like an asshole right now, but I mean that sincerely. If you're still listening and you continue to listen to other podcasts going forward or listening to my old podcasts, honestly, you're going to go somewhere in life. You really are. Because you're not a baby. You have kahunas, you have a spine, and that's going to get you places. So thank you. Honestly, I love people. I really do. I really genuinely will hear everybody, and I do not care. I really don't care if you're transgender, gay, identify as a unicorn, you're Black, Hispanic, Native American, whatever. I don't care what country you're from. I don't. I judge people based on morals and values and their character. That's it. So if you're a Republican, like I said, and you don't fit the morals and values, I have a problem with you. So thank you. Thank you so much for hearing me out. Thank you for listening. I so hope that you continue to listen. I would appreciate it. Again, I've got YouTube and TikTok. I took off my Instagram because they've censored me. My YouTube channel is so censored that I literally don't get one view. I quite literally don't get one single view on my videos. Why is that? Well, because many moons ago I was political and now they've censored me. So I've been censored and shadow banned from Instagram and YouTube. I quite literally don't get one single view on my hundreds of videos I have put out. So if you could do me a solid and check out my YouTube and check out my Instagram. I am kicked off of X because they thought I was a robot. They seriously said that. They thought I was a bot and unauthentic. You know, the person that doesn't edit or use any kind of filters. I don't edit at all. Somehow I'm a bot. And then they've banished me forever. And I tried to appeal it and they're like, nope, we think you're a bot. And I'm like, but I'm emailing you and giving you examples. Like, listen to my podcast. I'm not... How could I possibly be considered unauthentic? So now all I have is TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Ramblings of an Insomniac 49 at Gmail. Ramblings of an Insomniac 49 at Gmail. You can email me that. Thank you. I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed day. Until next time.